Good afternoon, everybody. Today is a quick video for Pro Play Games Expo. It's me, Robbie. I'm just giving you guys a top 4 recap from Oceania. I placed 4th again, so this is a different video, although it'll be pretty similar to what was on Sunday, where I also got top 4 and exactly 4th. But this was Oceania, so the new BE1 cards were legal, so I wanted to play with a few of them. I got 4th because the guy who won beat me in the first round. I'll talk about the decks I played. It wasn't very diverse of a format, which surprised me because Oceania is usually very diverse. So I got kind of lucky in some of my placings, and I'll talk to you about it in a sec. So these were some of the changes that in my previous lists I've shown you for launch. You'll notice the staples are always there. We got the flippers, we got the super combos, and we've got the unison with the Piccolo because I kind of feel like they go hand in hand. You'll notice a few cards got cut though. We took out Yamchas, we took out a few other little effects, and we took out the red-green lands. So the whole purpose of this deck is to go faster. This is mono-red launch. Although you have green cards in the deck, they're never meant to be casted. They're meant to just keep aggro and just keep going. Like I said, it's a quicker video today, but we're going to focus on some cards that were MVPs and best of one and stuff you should really consider. Violent Ray continues to be the reason that red is good. I played in total 2 Dark Brawly decks out of 7 rounds. Both of them were very manageable because of Violent Ray. You don't need it every turn, but like on turn 3, turn 4, man, it feels good to drop a Violent Ray and keep your life very high. At the very minimum, you should be at 5 because they usually don't combo. Like Dark Brawly is meant to combo on defense. They don't combo on aggression, so you can get out of a lot of attacks. So I tried out Hero's Lineage. This card is insane. When it gets to $50, I currently have like $1,000 set aside just to buy them out. So the card is long term going to just be a staple. It's better than Supreme Kai because it's only 1, and it's your opponent requiring to have 3 energy, so you can play it on your turn 2. That's very relevant if you're on the draw. Because you have a chance to respond. I got to use it against Puna when we placed in the mirror in round 2, and I stole his Champa dual attack double strike guy. Not double strike, but just to have a 20k with 1 energy. It was really nice because it's a removal and you get an attacker. And when you're playing against cards like Launch, 20k is the magic number. In case you didn't know, 20 is an awkward number for Launch to combo without gaining value. 25 is where you start to use super combos, but 20, that's that magic number. We tried just 1 Brawly Crown of Retribution. I always comboed it away. The card is not that good right now for best of 1 if you have other tricks to beat decks. Like, if you play against Baby, Piccolo already puts in work. We don't need Brawly Crown of Retribution, but it's like a cute little trick. People get afraid of it. Bardock the Resolute needed to be a 2 of. Mistake there. Bardock Awakened Instincts, you see it got added to my list. It's a 3 of. Boy, that card is just good. I wanted room for Beerus, and I probably could have cut some of these cards like King Vegeta and Surprise Attack Frieza just to play Beerus. But I just tried them out. Like it's a best of 1 format. Just play your favorite deck, and I love these cards, so I tried it, and they worked. 1 turn, my opponent played, it was against Dredgeku, and he had a 1-drop in play that he had KO'd, so he had already awakened. And then when I played Surprise Attack Frieza, I was able to combo 2 cards to bring in like Righteous Aid, and it forced him to crit himself 2 life without comboing to use his Dredgeku ability. So that's a pretty cool card. I like it, especially with Champa. And you'll notice, even though we're mono red, we can play this card because we have just enough green with the Dispos and the Nappas to rival this card into play. So I consider it mono red even with that. When it comes to MVP though, everybody's doing effects now that stop cards from attacking that aren't leader. So black has I think it's a Bardock who says Overwhelm like 6, and only 1 leader can attack, only 1 battle card can attack. The yellow, of course, has Nimbus. And those two kind of like set up the format where, you know, we don't want to deal with that. Blue has the, I think it's Trunks if you attack with a card bigger than your energy, you know, something like that. So this Vegeta Royal was great. Frequently, I wouldn't combo with my leader swing. Excuse me. I would just purposely make them like take it, just because I knew they would take it down to like 4 life. Then I would attack with my other battle cards, and then I'd attack with like a 20k, and then untap my leader, because he doesn't have to be in combat at that point, and then he gains 5,000 power for the turn, and his keywords are negated. So obviously launch just becomes a 15k, but I would hand dump frequently versus Dark Brawly on that because it's effectively a 10k for 1 energy, but you can split the damage. This card was amazing. I never got to use it in defense, but I imagine it's quite good. It's got different utility. So I think this is at least a 2 of in launch going forward. King Vegeta was really cool card. I frequently would just arrival it in for free, kill something on their board that was a 5k, like against launch, against Topo, and I think I played King Piccolo was the other one. I get a little mixed up. Like I said, I lost a victory strike, so that was the big thing I'm going to talk about because I had a chance to beat it and I messed up a little bit without messing up. Had I been running Supreme Kai, I could have removed it from the board because this deck does run Flight of the Grand Eagle. I defended the first victory strike, but I didn't have enough combo power for the second. So other versions of launch can beat that deck easier, but we also can just add Kaiokens, and that's what I'm going to talk about next. I'm trying to think of a few things. Mira, I got a win with several times versus Dark Brawly. The whole effect would be I'd purposely want to get them to 1 life. So this is how you set up a trap. And we talk about traps a lot. When they have, let's say, 6 cards in their hand, Dark Brawly wants to trick you. So I would combo almost my whole hand when they were at 2 life, and I would keep just Mira in my hand. And then, knowing that they would use Black Mass Saiyan to go to tap out of their last energy, and then as a result, have no energy open, have no way of getting out of the attack, play Mira, swing for their last life, and then they can't get out of it because I'd be like 150k. Because Black Mass Saiyan is so easy for them to cast, they're always going to tap that energy and be like, yeah, sure, 1 energy, crit a life, I don't take any damage from this attack. And then you can just be like, Mira, you die. So it's really great. One of the negatives right now is if you play Mira and people are playing Heroine's Lineage, they can steal it. So I did get my Bardock the Resolute stolen by, I think it was Topo. Topo stole it from me, and I was like really upset about it because I had to use Violent Ray on his Bardock swing, so it didn't really net me any extra value. It turned out he did have a bunch of 20Ks, so it worked out. I think what other cool tricks did I get to do during the event? Champa should be a 2 of in this deck. I have so much critical, and I don't know if Kaba works because I don't have enough life to go for the kill frequently. I think just 4 Trunks is good, and then we up a Champa, and we up like a Beerus. And then we cut like 2 or 3 cards to get Beerus back. But this list is good. I'm considering it for the best of 1. I mean, the best of 3 event. The negative to this deck is it's just meant to go fast, which doesn't sound like a negative, but it kind of is in the current format because we're just like, all right, this is where we're at. How fast can we go? This deck would probably be better as red-blue with the same cards, but like instead of 4 Nappas, just running 4 of the red-blue super combo, switching out these for just some Majin Boos right here, like this whole roll here could be Majin Buu. Cut this card and cut this card for some coolers, and then just make the deck the same. This would really give it the utility it needs to probably like be aggressive on one side and then combo out on the other. It just sucks playing blue right now because you also need to find room for Bean, and by the time you finish everything, you have a whole new deck. So that's why I didn't do it. This list worked out, so clearly it's meant to be good. It beats Dark Brawly. It's very good versus Dark Brawly. It's very good versus King Piccolo, and those are the top 2 decks right now, I would argue. And that's what you want to beat. Like, you don't care about, if Baby's out there. Well, we don't care about Baby. Baby's not performing that well because the other decks are doing better. So the big thing to talk about lastly is, like I said, the Victory Strike. That was annoying. It can play it on turn 3. It plays the new swap mechanic that comes out in Battle Evolution. It's an SS3. He says pay 3 energy to play a 5-drop. The 5-drop, they just surge at that point. Then the EX evolve into the 7-drop. The 7-drop goes straight into the 8. And because Cell can look at 10 cards a turn, well, 5 cards, but by turn 3, that's 15 cards. Your odds of drawing Victory Strike are the highest out of any deck. So going forward, I could see adding more Flight of the Grand Eagles, and then you're set. Like, if you have multiple of this card, you're looking very pretty. And so I would just consider that going forward as an option. I think I'll put Flight of Grand Eagle in anything I play right now, and I would recommend you do the same. I don't know what the price of it is. I'm afraid to check. Oh, here it says it's $8 right now. If that's correct, we are definitely going to go buy a playset because that's insane. People don't realize how good that card is in the current meta, and that's good for us because you, with launch, you don't want to negate the attack. You'd rather the attack go through so you can still combo. And then plus, what is it, 100,000? Yeah, it's 100,000 power. You're not comboing over that. Even Mira isn't going to get to 100,000 frequently. And that's kind of it. Like I said, I got top 4 again, so that was really cool because I get those winner cards coming in. What we're seeing now is if you guys get those winner cards, make sure you try to keep a few. You can sell a few. Obviously, I'm in the same boat. I'm going to have to sell a few to keep buying set 13 because that set looks insane. But keep a few to get graded because the current cost of the game, it's high. Like a playset of launches are 160. The winners are, I don't even know what the winners are at. But then, like, just to buy most of these cards, you know, look at this cost of this deck. It's 646, and this is a budget build. Like, this wasn't a very expensive deck, in my opinion. Like, I kept the price as low as I could when I built this because I didn't want to buy anything new for the deck. You know, I think the only card that's a true value in this thing is Intensifying Trunks because they've printed it so many times that you can buy a foil for pennies. But that's it, guys. I will see you guys. The next video we'll be talking about whatever I decide to run for the main event. So expect that video, and it'll be good. So enjoy, and good luck, everybody, next week competing. I'm going to take a week off because 3 tournaments in one weekend was a little too much for me. So good luck, everybody, and have fun.